What's up, everyone, and welcome to Wrestling Rush Hour. This is the Rush Hour Report where we get straight to the point with our reviews, not 2 and 4 hours long. Let's get into SmackDown. So, we started the show off with Scooby Doo and the Broomstick Crew. So we had Seth Rollins, who is Scooby Doo. I'm gonna keep calling Seth Rollins Scooby Doo until he gets rid of that stupid ass chain with that big ass S in the middle of him. Until he gets rid of that, he's Scooby Doo from now on, and the Broomstick Crew. Now, overall, the beginning of the show, you had Broomstick Braun Breaker, accompanied by the Walrus Paul Heyman and the Powerhouse Bronson Reed. Now, Seth Rollins cut a fiery promo as expected. It was a good promo to set the stage for the show. I thought that the way they opened it was good. But the show was still a C minus, C plus at best. And we ended up later on, we ended up seeing Solo, Jacob Fatu, and JC Mateo come out and really just do a intense stare down against each other. And we ended up seeing Broomstick, Braun Breaker, and Jacob Fatu kind of get into this standoff as well. I think later on down the line that would actually be an interesting match. I just think that until Broomstick Braun Breaker can show personality and can actually cut promos instead of run around really quick, spear people and bark like a dog, he's going to be Broomstick Braun Breaker until further notice. But anyways, overall, good start to the show. Then we get to JC Mateo and Jimmy Uso. Jimmy ends up picking up the win because of an accidental distraction by Jacob Fatu. So that was that. I will say about that match, I actually thought that match was actually a little bit better than the Aleister Black versus LA Knight match. And shout out to JC Mateo for that effortless standing moonsault. That was pretty cool to see. Then we have the DOA, Dead on Arrival Championship, which is Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is a good wrestler, a decent wrestler. But man, I kind of felt bad for her when she came out to the ring because nobody cheered for her. I don't know if she has new theme music or I just haven't been paying attention to her theme music, but when she came out to the ring, nobody cheered. When she got in the ring, she took the championship. And even though everyone says, "Oh, Braun Breaker's so great," Braun Breaker can run around and do a spear and bark like a dog. I think realistically they're going to take that championship off of her as soon as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if anyone that doesn't want to listen, it's just because it's your favorite wrestler. Realistically, it'll probably be a SummerSlam against Giulia
I said that John
or one of the other ones.
They're
going to take that championship off of her for sure.
You could disagree or agree.
Now,
the fact is that
moving on. Now for the match itself with Zelina Vega and Piper Niven, I actually thought it was an entertaining match. We saw
let me know in the
Julia
comment section down below. What do you guys
and
think
helping
about
Zelina
Karrion
Vega
Kross
get the win.
potentially
She
being
was
released by
smacking Piper
WWE
Niven with
again?
those kendo sticks,
And
ended up helping.
And it's kind of stupid,
Zelina
isn't
be
it?
able to do
Because
the,
Karrion Kross was
power
released
slam
by
into
Vince.
the
What's her
Slim
name?
Jim
Dakota
table
Kai
that they
was
had.
released by Vince.
So
All
now
these
we move
different
on
wrestlers
and we get
were
to the
Braun
LA
Strowman, all of
Knight
them. They were all
and
released by Vince. And then when Triple H
the
got
LA
in
Knight
power,
match
Triple
against
H brought them all
Aleister
back.
Black,
Just to
and this
only
was
have them
it was
get
a
released
decent
again.
match. But
So again, I say,
considering who was in there and who was wrestling,
stupid?
I thought it would be a lot better. I know that Seth
Or is he
Rollins
doing
ended
it
up
on
obviously
purpose?
coming in, doing the
Talk to
curb
y'all next
stomp,
time.
and then Scooby Doo and the Broomstick Crew ended up wrecking havoc, and Broomstick Breaker ended up getting some spears in, and Big Bronson ended up doing some moves and whatnot. But overall, I still thought leading up to the curb stomp, they could have been a little bit better, in my opinion, just based off of how talented we know them to be. But but we started the Broomstick Crew, beat the hell out of LA Knight and Aleister Black. Then we move on to seeing Jade Cargill and Charlotte kind of have a decent confrontation with each other backstage, setting the stage for an intriguing rivalry. We already saw what Jade said to Charlotte a couple of weeks ago about telling her to get to the back of the line. So we'll see what happens with that in regards to the Queen of the Ring. And also don't forget they're gonna have that all-women pay-per-view with Evolution later on sometime this year. But anyways, we saw Tiffany Stratton, she was standing there and she ended up walking away or whatever. But I'm going to say this. When Tiffany Stratton went out to the ring and cut her promo, I honestly, personally think that Tiffany Stratton needs to go to NXT and she needs to listen to how JC Jane or Jada Parker or Kalani or some, she needs to go and relearn how to cut a promo, because Tiffany Stratton can't just keep relying on it's Tiffy time, just like Jey Uso can't keep relying on yeet. Like, y'all gonna have to actually learn how to cut a fucking promo, or you shouldn't be the fucking champion. Plain and fucking simple. Then we move on and we get Andrade and Penta. They ended up getting the win over American Made. And again, Scooby-Doo and the Broomstick Crew come out with the Walrus, Paul Heyman this time, and they basically beat down on Andrade and Penta. Then we see John Cena and Logan Paul. I like this, the way this show ended, because you didn't have the same typical we're going to confront each other and just talk. It was, I thought that we would see Logan come out, but he actually ended up just like knocking the hell out of Jey Uso, and then Cena ended up hitting Cody with a belt. And I liked how after they knocked him out, then Cena cut the promo. That actually made it more entertaining and more intriguing. So, hopefully John Cena and them can kind of keep that up. But in general, like, John Cena is going to be missed. I think the main problem really isn't really John Cena. It's Triple H, because for what we know right now, he is the main guy that's doing the creative. And I just think that for John Cena to have his 17th championship, this really awesome record-breaking thing, to be minimized by Triple H's pathetic-ass booking, it makes John Cena's championship reign with the 17th time doing this, it makes it pathetic. It doesn't mean John Cena's pathetic. John Cena is I'm glad that John Cena's back. But I would just say this too. If John Cena wasn't in WWE, do you understand how even more horrible it would be? Because right now, Triple H is kind of relying on that John Cena type of thing. Imagine when John Cena's officially gone, and where are you going to keep going? I know he's kind of trying to make shows around Seth Rollins, but Scooby-Doo and the Broomstick Crew can't be on every single show, because sooner or later, fans are going to get tired of seeing them all the fucking time. But anyways, that is your SmackDown review. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think the show was a C- to a C+, and I did like the ending. I thought it was unique and a little bit different from what we've seen before. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Peace.